guys. How's it going?
Hey, good,
What can I
good.
get you tonight?
A couple rum and punches.
Yeah,
Good?
absolutely.
Can you do that?
Yeah, right away.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yep. That'll be $15.75.
$15.75. I'm sorry. What was that? You said that would be. I mean, you wouldn't say that was an abuse of power, would you? It was fine. It was fine.
We didn't even think it was gonna work. This is a pen.
Where did we get all this stuff from?
It's mine. It's mine.
It's yours?
Yeah, it's mine.
You should get it. I think a lot.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Going on, everybody? Welcome to Tavern Talk by Initial Reaction. I am Philip, and joining me this week is Mrs. Amy Hale from 105.9 KLAZ in Hot Springs. If you don't know, she hosts Amy and Friends in the Morning. Thanks for being here,
They
Amy.
know.
They don't?
They know it's not a problem.
That's,
they know.
yeah, that's true. What am I thinking? Well, thanks for being here.
Hey, thanks for inviting me. This was so fun.
I appreciate it. Well, this week we are talking Men in Black International. It is the, I guess you could call it a sequel / reboot of the Men in
Yes.
Black franchise. No more Will Smith, no more Tommy Lee Jones, but we do have Chris Hemsworth and Tessa Thompson, and Emma Thompson's back too, and a little Liam Neeson, throw that in there. But no, I guess we'll get right into it. I'm a huge fan of the first Men in Black, and I know you're a really big fan of aliens and space and everything, but what is your history with the Men in Black franchise? Fan, not a fan?
No,
middle of the
yeah,
road?
I'm a fan.
Yeah.
But we were talking before. I was like, I knew the year
Yeah.
that Men in Black came out, but I was like, there weren't any more, were there?
Yeah.
So obviously not super well versed because
Right.
there were two other ones
Yes.
that
yeah.
I did not recall.
Yeah, the second one, it's fair game to forget. It's pretty forgettable in and of itself. The third one is pretty solid, and it came out much later. It was like 2000, I want to say 12, 13, somewhere in there.
Okay.
So fairly recent. But no, Men in Black International, it sees basically the continuation of this agency, but with two new agents, and instead of being set in New York, it is more set in London and Paris and Europe and that side of the world.
Makaresh.
That's true. They do a lot of globetrotting in this.
I am going to be honest. That was one city. I'm pretty well versed in geography.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, Makaresh. Yeah, I remember that. I didn't know where that was at all.
No, I have no idea. I just assumed
I mean,
they're
obviously
telling me
it's
the
probably
truth.
in India or something, but I didn't know exactly. Like,
No.
I wasn't recalling it.
No, I had no idea. But there was a lot when they said international. They meant it.
They meant it.
They meant it. So it was cool to see that aspect in the world open up a little bit. But in general thoughts, initial reaction, what'd you think?
Yeah, I liked it. I really did like it.
Yeah.
I was telling you a second ago, I do think it is quite a difference from Getting Jiggy With It version, you know,
Right.
with Will Smith. That one was so light because he's got so much energy.
Yeah.
And it's not like this one was, it wasn't bad or anything like that.
No.
I really liked it, but it was totally different than,
Yeah, well, for me, it just it wasn't as funny.
No.
Not as consistently funny. And yeah, the energy is just totally different. The tone, I feel like they're going for the same tone, but they're just not, it's not firing on all cylinders like that original one.
yeah,
was.
no.
Yeah.
The tone to me was a lot, and I used the word darker, but I said I don't think
Yeah.
that's really the right word. I will say that if you have younger children and you were a fan of the original, you could bring your kids to
Right.
the original. I don't know that I would bring my young children to this one. I don't know. That's just me personally.
For what reasons?
Specifically?
Well, yeah, I mean, we'll get into it a little bit, but
There was some.
I mean, just the aliens and some
No,
of the
not the
scariness, 'cause
aliens.
they were kind of.
But there was some really dark kind of
Oh, just like
deathy type,
Gotcha.
you know, and
Okay.
I mean, if you are somebody that's a little more sensitive to that, my
Yeah.
family's actually pretty open, but I was sitting there going, would my kids get freaked out by this? And
Yeah.
you know, it's I've got 3,
Okay.
so it really depends on the one. The first and the second, fine. The third might be like, I don't know, Mom.
yeah, because I was gonna say I didn't know if you were going with the aliens direction because they were kind of goofy. Like the aliens are generally pretty goofy looking, and I did appreciate that they kind of kept the practical effects for the alien makeup
Yeah.
and costumes intact here because that was kind of a I don't know if it was always kind of a running gag with the other ones. Like they knew it was kind of cheesy, but like played up that aspect, and they kind of played into that here. And I also liked that they kind of approached it a little differently. It is another like team up origin story, but we got the Tessa Thompson's character Molly is more seeking the Men in Black out than just not being oblivious to them, you know, and to that whole organization existing. So
Yeah.
I thought that was kind of a unique approach, and it made the first half of the movie it hooked me more than I expected it to. I guess. you could say.
I really liked how they introduced everything.
Yeah.
I really liked that.
Did you think that like specific performances? Because like Chris Hemsworth, everybody knows him as Thor, but he's really charismatic. If you've seen any of his like comedy work or like just the female Ghostbusters,
Oh, he was
movie,
so good
It's
in that.
hilarious.
Holy
yeah.
cow.
And or Vacation, that Vacation reboot. He had a little cameo there.
Uh-huh.
He's a funny guy, and so I mean, and him and Tessa Thompson are in Thor together, and their chemistry has been tested and proven and everything. So, did you think they relayed, something that was interesting enough? Like, because it's hard to match Will Smith and Tommy Lee Jones, just that
And I guess that's the
energy and
thing.
that dryness. But
I mean, that's just it. If you're going to compare the two,
yeah,
if
There's-
you're
yeah.
going to do that,
Fair.
if you decide that's what you want to do, yeah, there's no comparison. You
Right.
can't. The original, the chemistry was a lot more dynamic. This one, he is very charismatic,
Yeah.
Chris Hemsworth, but it wasn't. You know, when you're pairing him up against Will Smith,
right,
it's like no, it's not going to be. But that's also why I think it, to me anyway, read a little darker.
Yeah.
Is that, you know, the comedy was still there to break up the tension,
Right.
but it wasn't high slapstick comedy. It was like more one-liners and, you know, that type of.
Yeah, no, absolutely. That was. I mean, you can't touch Will Smith
No.
in the original, and Tommy Lee Jones just counters his energy so well. And we could talk about the original. I mean, I could for days, but yeah, it is definitely a different energy here. I liked what Tessa Thompson brought to it.
I do.
It wasn't like she wasn't hammering home it being like, oh, what's up with the Men in Black? It needs to be the Women in Black thing. She just did her thing and proved her point with just being who she was as a character, which I really liked. She has a little sidekick that was pretty funny. Better than I thought after the preview. I was like, oh no, I feel like that character's
That
going
was
to be
really good.
annoying. But yeah,
It was not a Jar Jar Binks situation.
No.
No.
I like, and it's voiced by Kumail Nanjiani.
Yes,
and
it was. I'll be honest, he was the funniest one in the
Yeah,
entire.
he
I was
was.
sitting here trying to remember his name.
yeah,
and
what they
it-
call it, Pawnee or Steve.
Well,
I guess
yeah.
you could go with Steve.
Well, yeah, you can go with Steve. You can go with Steve. But Pawnee was his name in the film, but he was really funny. His one-liners were good.
Yeah, he was definitely like, he kind of saved the pairing of Hemsworth and Thompson a lot of the time.
Yeah.
Because it was like, they don't really try to play up like a romantic aspect of it,
No.
but they hint at it a little
Yes,
bit.
they do.
But he's there to like relieve the awkwardness a little bit, and that works in his favor, even if, I mean, the CGI is fine, because he's totally a little CGI character and everything. And that's kind of how I felt about the movie overall. Like, it's nothing, like, it's by no means an offensively bad time. It's perfectly fine in what it wants to do. It's kind of just like middle of the road. If you want a summer blockbuster,
Here you go.
Here it is. Yeah,
Here's
this
your
is,
summer blockbuster.
this is a nicely wrapped action adventure that
Bow.
is just entertaining enough. I mean, I don't know what anything else that like stood
No,
out
I mean,
to you.
I really liked it. I really
Yeah.
did, but I think also that's asking an Alien fan if they liked a movie about aliens. Of course I liked it.
Yeah.
It was wonderful. That said, I completely agree. This was not, you know, the greatest alien. I'm not going to be talking about this in 2 years.
Right. No, exactly. Yeah.
But I'll be talking about it tomorrow.
Yeah. If the weekend comes, oh, what came out this weekend? Oh, New Men in Black. Is it worth checking out?
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, if there's a $5 matinee, that's more than,
See, and I would go so far as to, but I'm an alien fanatic.
Yeah, no.
I would go so far as to say this is a great first date movie.
Yeah.
I think this would be an amazing first date movie, only because, well, not only because, but it is entertaining,
Yeah.
it's fun, and it's light. You
Yes,
know,
it is.
let's not deal with deep subject matter first date.
Right. No, they're not getting into any like deep themes here. It's not trying to say anything major,
No.
or it's not trying to hit anything in like the cultural zeitgeist or anything like that. It's just it's here to be purely entertaining, and at that it does well enough. Yeah, for sure. Now I'm trying to think. I know there were other aspects I wanted to. I wish they would have kind of more touched on. Because and maybe it's just because we get such a great training montage of Will Smith in that first movie.
Yeah.
That I wish we kind of seen Tessa Thompson's training in this one. But I was a little disappointed when they just skipped over that, and Emma Thompson was like, "Yeah."
I
accept it."
also have to say that, I don't want to say too much because people that would watch this would also go and watch this right here, would watch the film
The film,
possibly. So
right,
I don't want
right.
to say too much.
Yeah, no.
But what I will say is, it went from get her out of here to okay, you're in. It's like, whoa, wait a second.
Yeah.
No background check, anything? Like, what are we doing? And that was a little jarring, but that was the only moment that really kind of took me out of it.
Right. Yeah. And it's I should mention this was directed by F. Gary Gray, who did like the last Fast and the Furious movie, Fast and Furious 8, Fate of the Furious. Sorry, and he did Straight Outta Compton. But he'd also the original 2, 3. I think all of them were directed by Barry Sonnenfeld, and F. Gary Gray had actually followed up Get Shorty with Be Cool, which was a Barry Sonnenfeld film, and then he took on that one. So that was kind of interesting that he took up the same director's mantle in a different franchise and had to try to capture that same tone, and kind of does the same thing, like does okay to imitate it a little bit, but more often than not just isn't, I don't know, it just wasn't as creatively imagined as those originals, like whether it be the aliens or some of the camera movement or just
I
in
noticed
general.
that.
Yeah,
I noticed that. I will say though, I'm a big obviously a big fan for entertainment for
Right.
entertainment's sake. So if that's something that I feel like, life is too stressful as it is. Sometimes you just need to see something that makes you laugh,
Yeah. No,
something that you
absolutely.
enjoy. And if that's something, you want to do, this is a good film for that.
Yeah.
That said, I completely agree. It's just, and I don't think everybody looks at film angles.
Right, right, no, absolutely
We do
not.
because
Yeah.
people taught us that.
Right.
But most people, I know before they taught me, they didn't know anything. My husband would be like, that's an amazing angle. And I'm like, what are you talking about?
right.
Going through a keyhole. Like, I don't
Yeah, no, I know exactly what you mean. And there were some sequences and shots that were really cool, but like you said, if you're coming into Men in Black International, you're probably not looking for those things.
Yeah, you're not looking for that.
You're just looking for a good time, and
The special effects were good.
yeah, and honestly, like, no, Hemsworth and Thompson aren't Tommy Lee Jones and Will Smith, but they do have a chemistry, and they're fun to watch. And the story, it's mostly a procedural kind of with a mystery, a little bit of a mystery angle on it, and it's enticing enough to get you kind of into what's going on and wanting to know what happens. I don't know if it's okay to say there's a fairly good twist. I don't know if you'd call it necessarily a twist, but there's a little bit of a.
I called it though.
Did you?
Yeah, it was kind of obvious. But
Yeah.
yeah, I'm a writer, and it's just like, oh, I didn't know where this is going.
Yeah, I had like 3 options in my head. And
Just
was
had one,
wondering
and it was the one. It was
I
like,
was like,
oh, I
which
know what's
way-
going on now.
Which way are they going to go? Yeah, but no. All right, well, yeah, so here at Tavern Talk, we do out of 5 stars. So out of 5 stars, what would you give Men in Black International?
Can I do a 3.5?
Yes, absolutely.
3.5. I'm going with 3.5.
Yeah, I'm going to go, I'm like wavering between 2.5 and 3. But I think I'm going to go 3 because I did like it more than not. And it really is just middle of the road, summer popcorn entertainment, but it's enjoyable, and I had a fun enough time with it to go 3 and to say it's worth seeing on the big screen, even if it's just at a matinee. Well, that does it for this week on Tavern Talk. Thank you again for joining us. I
That was
appreciate
super
it.
fun.
Yeah.
Thank you.
No, and be sure to check back next week we'll be seeing Toy Story 4,
Oh.
and I know, I'm excited. But if you have a movie tavern near you, that is where we get to do this show every week at Movie Tavern. And if you don't know about Movie Tavern, it's the full top-to-bottom experience of dining in and seeing a movie at the same time. It's really cool. It's really fun. It's just all-around good time. But if you are near a Movie Tavern, they are doing a Toy Story 4 toy drive. So definitely be sure to check that out between this Friday, June 14th, and June 23rd. You can bring items to donate to the theater. So if you live near a Movie Tavern, definitely be sure to check that out. It is in partner with the Ronald McDonald House and Movie Tavern. So definitely do that. And get excited for Toy Story 4. It's next week. But thank you for checking out Tavern Talk by Initial Reaction. As always, subscribe, like, share, all that good stuff. We have a new review of the biggest release every week. So thanks. We'll see you next week.